Alright guys, I just wanted to show you my my N64 cartridge collection. Some of these were mine from, way back in the 90s, as you can tell, because it has my name on it, and I regret doing that. I'll probably take some magic eraser, get rid of that, but I'll explain later why I did that back in the day. There was a very serious issue. Um, but yeah, as you can see, I've grown quite the collection. And one of the coolest things I find about N64, particularly cartridge collecting, is you've got the standard gray cartridges. You've got I have two of them. You have the gold Zelda cartridges, two Majora's Masks, because one came from that N64 that I got at a Goodwill when I had already had the game. But also, you have the really cool colored cartridges, like The World Is Not Enough from EA and Blue. They're sort of spiritual attempt at GoldenEye, but didn't really work. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, Spider-Man. This one's actually really good. And same with this Batman Beyond. These are actually ports from the PlayStation. They're the same games as on the PlayStation. This one I actually happened to pick up just yesterday. Donkey Kong 64. I've never played this game, and I'm anxious to try it out. It has mixed reviews. Some people hate it, some people love it, some people think it's okay. So, but also, it's just, I love the banana yellow cartridge. Like, that's what really drew me, and there's no other Donkey Kong game on the 64 other than Diddy Kong Racing, but that's not really a Donkey Kong game. And it's like the last Rare produced game before they were bought up by Microsoft. I mean, there's Banjo, but But I'll show you what I have here. As I said, I have the Zeldas, the Majora's Masks, got the card of Doom 64 there. I would recommend, I bought this before it was re-released recently, where, you can download it for like $5 from Bethesda, who re-released it. But if you want to play it, that's the way to go. This cartridge I bought when it was still the only way to play this game. So, no need to hunt it out. Like, the new releases even have, better lighting, better everything. This cartridge is extremely dark. Jet Force Gemini. This is a game created by Rare and is, I think, a hidden gem on the N64. So, go pick it up. Sometime I'll get into a better version of this video where I show actual gameplay of all these games. 007, GoldenEye, needs no introduction, nothing to say about it. It's the grandfather of all modern-day first-person shooters. Bomberman Hero, it's just Bomberman. Super Smash Brothers, the very first game. Not my favorite in the series, but definitely one to own because it was the first one. And we're going to get to a point, I think, where Nintendo is just going to keep porting the same Smash Brothers, because ever since the one on the Wii U and Smash Ultimate, they're beginning to feel very much the same. And I think we'll get to a point where there's enough characters and, they can just keep porting the same one to their different systems and maybe some new characters, but not have to rebuild it from the ground up. This is one of my hidden gems in my collection. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. This is actually a rare cartridge. It was actually a Blockbuster only title. So like, if you didn't get it for PC, you were if you wanted it for N64 back in the day, you could only rent it from Blockbuster. So there's not that many of these cartridges out there, but this, I'm really glad Mike Matei is gone from Cinemassacre, because he and James really shit on this game hard before they even figured out how to play it. I'm like, you don't do that. You figure out how a game goes, and then you play it, and then you make a decision. And I have beaten this game on the N64 and on the PC. It's hard. Believe me, it's hard, but I like it because it's hard. It's like a puzzle game / Tomb Raider. It's really good. Gex 3. Platformer game. Action platformer game. Super Mario 64. Needs no introduction. Moving on. Oh boy. Castlevania. This is probably the worst Castlevania in the whole series. It's what made the series start taking a hit and had, the downward spiral of Castlevania started. This is where it started, but I'll get to it in a minute. This is not the version you should own, even though it's the one that is more regularly available. I don't know. Mega Man 64. It's really just Mega Man Legends, the first game from the PlayStation. Nothing spectacular here. Hercules. Some people really don't like this game. Like JonTron said it was awful. This game I actually really enjoy. It's hard as balls. It is hard as balls, but it's really just Ocarina of Time with Hercules. That's really all it is. So if you enjoy Ocarina of Time, yeah, it's poorly optimized. It's not by Nintendo themselves. So I'll do a video on that one. The controls are a little stiff, a little tricky, but it's really just a third party's version of Ocarina. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. This is a great game and a must-play for the N64, as it's not been re-released anywhere else. Really good game. Hunt it down if you can. Mario Kart 64. It's just Mario Kart. It's the second Mario Kart. I almost said the first. It's not. This is the second in the series. I personally really like the Super Nintendo one. This one was really fun and what made me discover Mario Kart. But there are better Mario Kart games out there since. Diddy Kong Racing, Rare's attempt to jump in on the racing genre. And at the time, they were a Nintendo studio, but I don't know what it is, but Mario Kart is better than Diddy Kong Racing, but they're both very good. Army Men Sarge's Heroes. A port from PlayStation, and I think at one point Army Men was PC, no, it was 3DO, I'm sorry. 3DO, the same studio, they're out of business, but 3DO made a system back in the day called the 3DO, and when that failed, they essentially became a studio for games for other systems. Disney's Donald Duck, Going Quackers by Ubisoft and Disney Interactive. You don't get many games like this anymore. Disney, start putting out more Disney themed games again. We need them. Games are looking too much the same these days. Like, here's another Disney one, A Bug's Life. This is another, this is also on the PlayStation, but they look smoother, I think, on the N64. Here is the other Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness. I think it was released the same time. And it's really what the other Castlevania should have been. So if you can find it, this is the one. Or both, but this is more expensive, as you can see. I bought it for $49. Duck Dodgers. I haven't been able to get into this game yet. I mean, I've tried it. There's different versions of this game. There's one on the Super Nintendo. There's one here on the N64. They're different. I haven't played it fully yet, so not much to say about it right now. Rampage. Rampage needs no introduction. You just play as monsters, knock down buildings, eat people. That's all it is. Mario Party 3, this was a cheap pickup. It was just a random, and I'm missing the first and second one, but maybe someday I'll get them. Perfect Dark. This, oh my god, I'm so excited. This game, you don't need on a cartridge. It's in Rare Replay on Xbox. This is the really good game. The first game was really good, but it's showing its age really badly. And this is a spiritual successor to GoldenEye from Rare, because for some reason they couldn't get the license to Bond again because EA took it, or they didn't want to, or I don't know the full story, but this game was really good and impressive for its day. On the 360, they tried to make a successor. It didn't turn out that well, but it was impressive for an early 360 game. But I am so excited that after a whole generation of no Perfect Dark, that Xbox is actually rebooting the series with, not with Rare, but with the Initiative, and it's being worked on by people who rebooted the Tomb Raider games. And the trailer they've released looks really, really good. Star Wars 1 Episode 1 Racer. It's a racing game. It's a lot of fun. You should pick it up, but you should get the expansion pack to play it. It runs this game a lot smoother. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Really good game, but it feels very repetitive, and but it's a very good game. And then lastly, as I showed you before, here's not GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough, 007. It's from EA. They weren't Rare, so they didn't have those amazing controls. Rayman 2, The Great Escape. It's Rayman. Spider-Man on N64 is really interesting. This one I stumbled across because of a friend of mine. He found it. He didn't have an N64, but he knew I did, and he found it in a toy section at a charity shop for $1 and suggested, no, you need this, David. And so I paid $1 for this cartridge, and oh boy, it's just the PS1 game of Spider-Man, but without the cutscenes, and it's smoother, and it's on a cartridge, so awesome. Batman Beyond. This is actually a really good and fun game. I got this back in the day, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. It's weird, it's slow, it's based off of the movie Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, which was a very short film, like half an hour. Not even that enjoyable of a film. It was more of an introduction to the series, but the game itself is fun. And then this one, lastly, Donkey Kong 64, I picked up just yesterday. And I'm anxious to try it. So yeah, guys, that is my Nintendo 64 collection. I hope to get more in the future. And this was just a holdover video. I'm working on some new videos for YouTube. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And if there's other collections of mine you wish to see, let me know. I'll catch you all later.